Shalom, shalom. Testing, testing, testing. Give us a second, brothers. Oh shit. Y'all we good? Okay. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
To start this lesson, we want to begin by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and salutation to sincere brothers pushing his truth and all true sincerity throughout the four corners of earth diligently. And also shalom to the few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all. All right, we're the brothers from the Great Millstone Miami camp. I'm the brother Warren with me.
Brother Washapar.
We come back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to edify the elect, our fellow brothers, Lord, when we be a part of the elect, and also to edify, all right, the rest of the believers out there as well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai once again. And as you can see by the title, this is Message for Us Young Brothers, episode 80, going into championship mentality. Okay, going into that, which this is a championship mentality, a championship mindset is something that we're supposed to be having as we get closer and closer to the end. Okay, we're supposed to be becoming more and more bold, more and more confident. All right, more and more in the spirit of, all right, nothing can stop me. I have to win. I have to, persevere. I gotta endure. Like Apostle Paul said, I count all things dung that I may win Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Like the scriptures also say, keeping your eyes single, so your body can be, full of light. All right. And there's other scriptures as well. That's you putting on a championship mindset. That's you putting on a championship mentality. Ultimately, you putting on as the elect is putting on a championship mentality because the elect gonna move with a mindset of conquering and winning, which one of the scriptures we have and we're gonna bring out later on in this lesson is the book of Romans, the 8th chapter, where it says ye are more than conquerors. All right, so we gotta have that championship mindset, brothers. We ain't in a time of being weak. All right, acting like a loser. Okay, doubting and shit. Well, yes, we're in the flesh, of course. Doubt gonna try to creep in and so on and so forth. Okay, but really, confidence gotta be on a whole nother level. You gotta believe that the Lord is dealing with you. You gotta believe that Lord is dealing with you. You gotta believe that Lord willing. If you endure to the end and you keep serving the Lord, all right, you will receive a championship reward. You will receive a reward of a champion, which is being crowned by Yahweh Shai and ultimately being saved from the destruction that's to come, man.
That's right.
Okay. Like Apostle Paul said, I have fought the fight. He have fought the good fight of faith. He finished his course. Herein there is laid up a crown of righteousness for me, but not only for me, but also for those that love his appearing, talking about the elect. Okay? Love who appearing? Love the Lord's appearing. Okay? So Lord, when we endure to the end, okay, and having a championship mindset, having a championship mentality, that's going to help us endure to the end. That's going to help us and keep us in the mindset that now we can't stop. We can't give up. We got to keep trucking no matter what.
That's right.
I'm going to pass it to the brother real while. You got it, brother.
So, what is a championship mentality? So, the secret sauce of a championship mentality, it boils down to a combination of relentless pursuit, resilience, focus, mental toughness, and a growth mindset. These elements work together to create an unstoppable force that drives champions towards their goals, regardless of the obstacles that they face, or regardless of the obstacles they face. And when you look at a physical athlete, a physical athlete, for example, I'll just bring up one, Kobe Bryant. Kobe, he had a championship mentality.
Mhm.
And, the hard work and the dedication, the mindset, the resilience, pursuit, and just the focus he had speaks for itself. You see how many rings that Kobe Bryant has. You see how many rings that Michael Jordan has. What? They had that championship mentality. They put that work in because what? They wanted to receive that victory.
Right.
They wanted to get to that level that they wanted to get at. And in order to get to that level, You got to have that mindset and mentality. Just as us, we understand that the Lord's coming back. He's going to give everybody a reward. The wicked going to get a reward, and the righteous is going to get a reward. But we want to get the reward that's correct. We want to win that championship. We want to get salvation on the first go.
That's right.
You know, we don't want to be partakers of the second death. You know, we don't want to die on the side. We want to receive that victory. We want to receive that crown by Yahweh Shai.
That's
You
right.
know, we want Yahweh Shai to put that crown on our head, and that's the championship right there. You won.
That's right.
You getting crowned by Yahweh Shai. You've been able to sip wine with Yahweh Shai. You know, think of that as the championship, the end goal, salvation. That's the championship. You want to, hey, an NBA, you have all the teams, everybody puts hard work and, you know, they try to get to the finals, but not everybody makes it to the finals. But, hey, Al Ratazah, we part of the leg. Hey, we want to make it to the finals. We want to receive that championship.
That's right. Yeah, that's beautifully said, brother. Because, you know, like the scripture said, what was written aforetime was written for our learning. Hey, look at the men and women of the scriptures. They kept the championship mentality. All right. They knew that the promises were far away. They knew that they would have to die and then come back. All right. They knew that. But guess what? For the promises themselves, they kept enduring. When you read the book of Hebrews 11, it literally says in the book of Hebrews 11, you know, if they were mindful, you know, basically going into, I forget exactly how it's said, but basically what it says is if they basically wanted to go back to their hometown and go back to the regular way they were living their life, they could have. But they said la'ah, and they looked towards the promises, okay? They had a championship mindset. All right, a championship mentality. Look at Moses. Hebrews 11, once again, choosing rather to suffer with his people than to enjoy the pleasures of Egypt for a moment. A lot of our people rather enjoy the pleasures of modern day Egypt, which is America, just for a moment. Drive the fast cars, all right. Freak these overly used women. All right. Chase the bag. All right. And so on and so forth. They want to do that. They want something that's temporal. Okay. But we strive for something that's eternal, man.
That's right.
You got people in the world, a lot of our people that's in the world, they don't have that championship mentality, that championship mindset, man. That's why that's why they just think Babylon is the end all be all. And they just want Babylon to keep going. They comfortable here. They don't see nothing past Babylon. They don't see themselves wearing crowns. All right. And the women, you know, having their tiaras on. All right. Covered up, shining, gold everywhere. They can't see that. You know why? Because their mind is formed to a low level, man. They can't go past that low level, which we were once like that as well. Okay, walking, you know, in the course of this world, like I tell you in the book of Ephesians, the second chapter, we were once like these people in the world, but the Lord has broke us free. Like the scriptures say, ye shall know the truth, and this truth shall make you free. All right, we're free. We're free in the mind. All right. We're free in the mind, man. You know, if I'm saying the right word, you know, we're free thinkers, man. A lot of our people, it's like they're in a cage.
Yep.
They can't go past a certain level, but this truth has freed our minds, man. Okay, right. And that's just one thing, you know, and that's gonna be the downfall of our people because they can't see past this place. You tell Jake about, hey man, you're gonna have a crown on. We the people, Yasharallah. He Prince Power. They can't see that.
That's a loser's mentality.
That's a loser. They think that nah man, that don't make no sense, man. I'm gonna work till I die. You got some of our people that think they're gonna work, that have the mindset, I'm gonna just work till I die, man. All right, YOLO, the YOLO spirit. I only live once. I'm gonna do whatever I want. That's a loser mentality, man. You can't win no battle with a mindset like that. And a lot of our people are going to lose the battle because ultimately, what are they going to do? They're going to end up taking the MOTB, all right, for comfortability, all right, in a hopes to heal Babylon, you know. And before I pass it back to the brother, another quick point, because the brother was going into, he was going into dealing with sports. Well, when you read the book of Second Corinthians, I believe it's either Second Corinthians or First Corinthians, chapter 9.
I was gonna actually grab that.
I was already thinking about grabbing it. I was like, shit. I was gonna quote it at first, but Spirit saying bring it out. This is First Corinthians 9:24. I think it's like 24 or something like that.
Yeah.
Come. Okay, so like bear with us a second, brothers. Come on, bro. Just open this shit, man. Whatever.
Try to retype. Okay.
This is the book of First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. So really right now, man, we running so we can obtain a prize, okay? Not everybody is going to obtain this prize. Not everybody's going to finish the race, bro. There's certain men that's going to drop out the race, which we done seen. There's more men that's going to drop out the race.
DNQ.
All right, DNQ, DNF, did not finish. You're gonna have people that don't finish. You're gonna have people that quit. All right, my legs hurt because whole time you was running fast. You was doing all type of extra shit that was not called for. Just because it's talking about the simplicity in Mashiach Yahushua. But the point is, like I said, we run a race, but and like the scripture say, the race is not given to the swift. You gotta have people that's gonna fall out the race. You gotta have people that's gonna give up. You gotta have people that's gonna get kicked off the fucking field. All right, because they ain't playing fair. Are they doing it? They playing with wickedly. The Lord gonna kick them off the field. Okay, then you gonna have those that that's play fair and they go all the way in. And you gonna have people that play fair and towards the end they lit the finish line right there. They give up. So we all running, and Lord willing, we run that we may obtain what? The reward. All right. Verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. No, now they that do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. So you got people in the world, they go hard for a championship ring, for a trophy, okay, and so on and so forth. They do what they gotta do. All right, long nights in the gym, long nights on the court. All right, staying away from different things, whether it be women, liquor, all right, drugs, so their body, certain foods, so their body can be, on point for the coming match or whatever. They do all of that for a corruptible crown, something that's going to perish here in Babylon, something that's going to get burnt with fire.
Yeah.
But we go hard in this truth. We sacrifice time, all right, rest, okay. We put things to the side, all right, whether it be women, all right. We put other things off. You might have a job, but the job may be a hindrance. You stay away from it. You may have something that you may be doing, but it's hindering you. You may need to cut it off. The scripture say, if your right hand offend thee, cut it off. But ultimately, you're doing all that so what? You can win an incorruptible crown, so you can receive salvation. All right, you making adjustments to your life, to your walk, so you can win. That's you having a championship mindset, man.
That's right.
Because what's on your mind? The end goal, which is winning. You don't give a fuck about nothing else, just winning. When you see athletes, or when it comes to these sports, you see how competitive they are, because in their mindset they want to win. If they don't win, they beat themselves up. they try harder. They do it for something. They do it for something corruptible. We do it for something that's incorruptible. Theirs is for no. It's just for something. It's something temporal. It's just for a moment.
Yeah.
Us, we doing it for something that's gonna be eternal. If we endure to the end and we fight to the end, we're gonna be talked about. I will lummium forever.
That's right.
Okay. You gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say if I got on too. Specific basketball player, Bill Russell. He had 11 rings. And he did it for a corruptible crown.
Right.
He won 11 rings throughout his NBA seasons, 11 titles. Hey, do you hear anybody talk about Bill Russell anymore?
Yeah.
Nobody mentions Bill Russell anymore. But us, the work that we're doing, we're gonna be memorialized forever.
Yep.
We're gonna be remembered forever. These men put their life on the line for their nation.
Right.
Like that one picture. I locked in so I could save my family line.
Right. Yep.
Or I locked in so I could save my generation. Something like that.
Yeah, The Simpsons.
The Simpsons picture.
Yep.
Hey, we're doing it for an incorruptible crown, man. Something that's gonna last forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right. And we doing it, like you said, doing it for something that's gonna last forever. And you mentioned Bill
Russell.
Bill Russell, right? You got also, I forget the nigga name, but he was like a bodybuilder, bro, big ass bodybuilder.
Ronnie Coleman.
I think it's Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Big ass nigga. Now he all fucked up and shit.
Yeah.
He did that's for a corruptible crown. Nobody talk about him no more. It's just, it's showing you the difference. So, and that also to bring this point out, it also shows you what's the point of you chasing things of this world, man. Okay, because you're gonna be talked about today and then forgotten about tomorrow, man. All right, verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. So Apostle Paul, he's saying, man, he checks himself. He checks himself. He makes sure he on point. That's how we gotta be. We gotta make sure we on point. Keep that, and that's a part of it. It all goes back to having that championship mindset. Because the championship mindset, you going to examine yourself.
Yep.
A man that's not a champion, he's not going to examine himself. He's going to let himself just run loose. Okay? Can't be like that. All right? Go back to that. Timothy just had that up here. But you have more of this right here?
No, that was it. Just going to grab a couple of those points.
Come on, you want resilient?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually,
yeah.
Relentless pursuit.
Oh yeah, relentless. That's what I meant to say. Relentless pursuit. I'll read it. Relentless pursuit in the AI overview. Relentless pursuit describes the continuous, unyielding effort to achieve a goal or obtain something despite any challenges or obstacles.
That's right. And this is very important. And this is something that the elect will have, relentless pursuit. No matter what circumstance or no matter what things may come or be present, they want to get that victory, man. Mm-hmm. They want to achieve their goal.
That's right.
Hey, look at the Maccabees brothers. Hey, they were relentless. They pursued it. Yeah. The king every time he tried to say, hey, I'll give you this. I'll give you that, or I'll do this for you. All you gotta do is eat this pork. Hey, they ain't want to eat the pork.
Yep.
They wanted the kingdom of heaven. They focus on the Lord. They focus. They wanted salvation. And they had that relentless pursuit. And that's something that you can see with all the men of the Lord that's in the scriptures. They had that relentless pursuit. No matter what circumstance or no matter what situation may come my way, my goal is I want to win. Right. I want the victory. Yep. I want salvation.
They had that integrity.
That's right.
Men of the Lord, ancient men of the scriptures, and Women too, because the brother mentioned the Maccabee brothers. You had their mother as well. She's a part of that too. You have men and women that, you know, remain bold and had that championship mindset. We not folding, bro. All right. Shit. By faith, you know, Moses was a young child. His mother, you know, put him in a basket. You know, that showed faith, bro.
Right.
All right.
Ooh, beautiful example. Look at Job.
Yeah.
Relentless pursuit. Look at all the things that happened to Job. You know, Job's wife told him curse the Most High and die. You know, but what did Job do? Kept seeking after the Lord. He kept fighting, even when it got difficult. You know, when you read the story of Job, we see Job hit a low point at one point.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he had that relentless pursuit. Hey, I got a goal, man.
That's right.
I want to win. I want the victory. I know the Lord got me. You know, which is a mindset that we need to have. Speaking to myself first and foremost, having that relentless pursuit, because we understand that the scriptures already tell us through much tribulation shall he enter into the kingdom. So we already know we got to go through it to get to it. You know, something I often say to the Spirit Prayer about Shimei Shai is no test, no testimony.
Right.
You got to go through it to get to it. No mess, no message.
Yep. That's just what it is, man.
That's right. You can grab that Sirach 2-1 book show.
You done with these two, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm just exit them out. Just get the shit out of the way. What the fuck, man? This book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou couldst serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's right. And this is a giveaway. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare that soul for temptation. Meaning, when you come to serve the Lord, you are going to go through things. Things are going to happen. You're going to get put in uncomfortable situations. You know, the Lord's going to try you. You know, scriptures say you try a friend. The Lord's going to try to see if you really about him. You're going to go through things. You know, but once again, that relentless pursuit. Once again, it says, describes continuous, unyielding effort to achieve a goal, often despite the difficulties. You know, our end goal, what do we want? We want salvation. So no matter what comes our way, our mindset is to endure. Our mindset is to keep going. Our mindset is to keep fighting. You know, you can even, the second verse, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the times of trouble. That is relentless pursuit. You set your mind aright. Set your mind aright, constantly endure, keep going. You know, yeah, the tribulation is there. Yeah, it feels uncomfortable. Yeah, sometimes it might feel like you're back against the wall. That's not though, but sometimes it may feel like that. You know, the flesh is a motherfucker. But hey, keep going. And make not haste in the time of trouble. Don't make haste in the time of trouble. Don't move off your own timing.
Breathe, man.
Breathe, relax. Understand the situation. Assess the situation.
All right, think upon the scriptures, man.
That's right.
All right, think upon the scriptures, man. Think upon the Lord. All right, we coming into some times. Yeah, we go through our different things now, but we about to come into a time like never before. All right, gonna be people's yelling in the streets, dead bodies in the streets. All right, people coming up against us, chasing us. Certain brothers' faces on the news, you know, saying that we're theists. All right, and so on and so forth, falsely accusing us. We come into some times, man.
That's right.
All right, and look, bro, none of us have went through any of these things before. We haven't. So we can't just say, "Oh man, we ready for this. Ready for it. Let's go." You know, granted, yeah, we are in the spirit of man, like, man, bring this shit. The Lord got us, okay? Lord got us, of course. We had that mindset, okay? But when that shit come, man, it's like shit. It's gonna come, like damn. But you're gonna need to have faith in the Lord.
That's right.
You're gonna need to really that mindset, that the championship mindset has to start now, man.
That's right. It has to.
It has to start now. Because none of us, we don't know how this shit gonna play out, man. We don't. We don't know how this shit gonna play out at all. Okay? That's why we ask the Lord to be with us. And we're confident that the Lord gonna be with us.
That's right.
Okay? We don't know how this shit gonna play out. None of us have the right amount of faith yet for the times to come. The Lord gonna need to boost that up too. Okay? Scripture say a time like never before. Okay? More than the mind could even imagine. Yeah, we know what's written in the scriptures, but the Lord allowed us to be able to, pick certain things out, peel back a little bit of the layer. But Lord, when it, the Lord's ways and His thoughts are higher than our ways, in our thoughts, man. The Lord going, Lord dramatic.
Yep.
Lord gonna bring it, you know. But shit, man, going back to the point that I'm trying to make, and I hope everything's making sense as well. Going back to the point, having that championship mindset now is gonna help you for the times to come.
That's right.
Okay, it's gonna build you up so when the times do come, you just, smooth sailing. Okay? Yeah, we're in the flesh, you're gonna see certain things. You might have like a jump scare and shit like that. But you're gonna be more grounded and unmovable, abounding more than everybody else around you. Scriptures talk about they shall walk like blind men. Scriptures say perplexity. Okay? They're not gonna know what's going on. They're gonna lose their mind so bad they're not gonna know they left from their fucking right. These people. But they're gonna see us straight. Damn. This guy's fucking shining. This guy's shining bright like the sun. You know?
Hey, developing that championship mentality, that's very important. Because hey, as you develop more and you get more in tune with it, your mindset gets stronger. You get better with it. It's like for example, like an athlete. They come in their rookie season, and then as they continue to develop and get better, it gets easier. They get better at it. Just like this truth. When you come to the truth, hey, the things, hey, it's hard at first. You making a shift from the world to something that's spiritual. It's difficult for some people. But as you progress in the truth, some of the stuff that used to bother you back then, that doesn't bother you anymore. Because what you developing a championship mentality, your endurance is being built up. Your resilience is being built up. Your pursuit is being built up.
Right.
This is a beautiful thing that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is doing for us. The Lord is literally molding us to be victorious. The scriptures already say the victory is written.
That's right.
It's written already. Right now, everybody is in the molding process. That gold tried in fire. Right now the Lord is perfecting us. The tribulation is what brings perfection.
Mm-hmm.
That fire. You need that fire.
Right. If I may back you up, because you made a good point, man. Lo, when it come back to me, it was just on the tip of my tongue, bro. Damn. Oh, Dwari Abashimel shot. You made a point, and I just want to back you up because you was like, man, from the beginning of from you coming to this truth from the beginning to now, it was a hard transition, but over time, you got stronger and stuff like that. Another thing it boils down to is that championship mentality. It goes with faith as well, because the scriptures talk about faith of a mustard seed.
Yep.
You can move mountains, and a mustard seed is a very small seed, but it grows into a very large tree. Okay, over time, you having that championship mentality. Over time, okay, your faith being boosted, man.
That's right.
Your faith getting boosted to a point like, man, nothing could. To be honest, you're becoming more and more unstoppable. Yeah. The Lord is bringing us through things to make us more and more unstoppable, man.
That's right.
Okay, unstoppable to ourselves, because this flesh and this flesh is a motherfucker. The Lord making us unstoppable when it comes to ourselves. The Lord making us unstoppable when it comes to Satan coming after us. Yep. All right, we're resisting him and he's fleeing. Okay? The Lord is turning us into fucking superheroes, man.
Yep. Real
life. Champions, man.
Man, look at
the scriptures talk about many savers, man. Okay? Talking about us. Lord, we be a part of your life. You got it.
Look at these athletes, man. Look at you, LeBron James. Your Kobe Bryant's, Michael Jordans. I mentioned basketball a lot because I like basketball. But look at these athletes. Hey, as they progress, they became more unstoppable. harder to guard. You know, some of them, they rookie year probably dropping 10 points, 11 points. Then you see the shift 20 points, 25 points. Now they dropping 30, 40 points, 50 point, 60 point games, 81 point games. Hey, the championship mentality, they started growing. You know, they became harder to guard, harder to stand in front of. This is what the Lord is doing for us right now. He's about to make us. He's about to make us to the point we're gonna be unguardable.
That's right.
You know, these people are not gonna be able to fuck with us, man. Esau's not gonna be able to fuck with us. 2/3 of our people are not gonna be able to fuck with us, man. This is what the Lord is prepping and getting ready to do, man.
That's right.
Get ready for greatness.
Mm-hmm. Come on, brother. Is more here?
Or leave it because we're gonna have to come back to it.
Come.
Or you can grab
Romans.
Resilience.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Romans, Salaki.
Okay, Romans first.
Yeah.
All right, cool. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse. We'll start at verse 35, ain't it? I think it's 35.
35.
All right, Romans 8 and 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Mashiach Yahushua? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. So we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. And the him that loved us is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, the Lord loves us. 1 John 4:19, we love him because he had first loved us, roughly paraphrasing. Okay? And we're more conquerors once again through the Lord. What it tell you in the book of Philippians, we can do all things through Mashiach Yahushua that strengthens us, man.
Right.
So we more than conquerors, man. You know, real talk, we more than conquerors. When you go through certain situations and you show for a faith, you endure, and you just give it your all, and you come out on top, you be like, damn, bro. You be like, call I am La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, damn, I'm really strong. Some, you know, over time you realize, and it doesn't come overnight. It comes over time. You realize how unstoppable you are, man. You know, brothers, sometimes we limit ourselves. All right, sometimes we limit ourselves, and it could be, you know, your faith ain't to that level yet, so you limit yourself. You know, sometimes you may, you know, doubt yourself, which you're not supposed to. You know, but it happens. We in the flesh once again, but I ain't gonna keep saying the flesh as an excuse, okay? But over time, you realize the Lord bring you through shit. You realize, man, the Lord with me. Ain't shit can fucking happen to me if I trust in the Lord.
Right.
That comes over time. Like going back to verse 35. Nothing, like I said, nothing could stress you and separate you. Nothing can really get in your way. Not tribulation, not distress. All right, nothing. All right, not persecution, not famine. All right, the sword. If you trust in the Lord, you believe in the Lord, none of those things can get in the way. None of those things can bring you down. Verse 38, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High, which is in Mashiach Yahushua our Lord. So nothing should be able to separate us, not our own selves, okay? Not, all right, principalities, powers, all right? It names a few things. You know, height, depth, creature, like I said, not our own selves. And there's more, man. Nothing's supposed to separate you. Nobody. Not your parents, not your wife, all right? Not the demons in your head. Nothing's supposed to separate you from the love of the Most High. Nothing's supposed to separate you from this truth. Okay? Nothing.
Right.
And you having that mindset, man, ain't shit gonna separate me. I'm gonna stay strong. I can't lose. You having that mindset, you have a championship mindset.
That's that relentless pursuit.
Right. And the Lord is pleased with that. Because you ain't going for nothing. Okay? And to be honest, that's a gift.
Yep.
Call on him, La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's a gift that the Lord has blessed us with, brothers. Because a lot of people in this world, a lot of people in this world, a lot of men that done came and went, they had that championship mentality. So they gave up. You know, man, you got a man giving up because his girl says she want to leave. You gonna give up because of girl, bro?
Bro.
She taking the kids. Okay, I understand. Look, I don't have children. I don't. So I don't know how that feels. I don't have experience of having children. Okay? But I know men that have children, okay, in their mindset, yeah, it hurts. It hurt them. But their mindset, I gotta keep going.
Yep.
There's certain brothers I done heard them say, man, fuck them kids. If they get saved, they get saved. If they don't, they don't. At the end of the day, they still gonna come back in the kingdom. All Israel shall be saved and be changed. Okay, like the scripture say in the book of Romans 11. Okay, but children can't get in the way. Your wife can't get in the way. Your parents can't get in the way. You shouldn't even let your own damn self get in the way. Okay, this flesh. Okay. This is the book of Proverbs chapter. Do you want this or you want to present this first?
First.
All right.
I was gonna add on to what you were saying too.
You got it.
Once again, that's an example of relentless pursuit. Which once again is an unyielding effort to achieve a goal, often despite difficulties. You know, when you read everything that you read in that Romans, you know, those are all things that are present. Those are all things that's gonna happen.
Right.
Those are things that can happen.
Sure.
No, but that relentless pursuit. Now it shows up that word unyielding, and it means not giving way to pressure, hard or solid. You know, that's that relentless pursuit. No matter what comes my way, I'm gonna keep going. No matter what comes my way, I want to win. I want that victory.
I gotta win.
I gotta win.
It's not even a choice or option. If I'm saying the right words at this point, it's like is mandatory. You know,
Yep.
it's an obligation. I gotta win.
That's right.
You know, resilience.
I want to read.
Go ahead.
I couldn't find the tab that we're looking for. So I'm gonna read it off my phone, and then we're gonna read this one as well because this one is good as well. Resilience is the ability to adapt, cope with, and recover from stress, adversity, or trauma effectively, bouncing back from difficult experiences while maintaining well-being. It's not about avoiding, and this is the part. This is why I really wanted this one so bad too, because listen to what it says right here. This is beautiful. It says it's not about avoiding suffering, but rather about developing the mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility to face challenges, learn from them, and emerge even stronger. And this is what the Lord is doing for us, man. He's building up our resilience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's now we can read this. It says resilience builds skills to endure hardship. It says resilience means being able to adapt to life's misfortunes and setbacks. You know, and this is a gift that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has blessed all of us with, man. This is a gift that He has blessed. I don't know if we part of the elect. This is a gift that He blessed the elect with.
Yes, sir.
The spirit to have resilience, man.
Strong.
To be able to endure the things that we go through. Hey, to get back up when you fall down, man. Because a lot of people, they can't handle the pressure, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people can't handle the heat. A lot of people, they get knocked down and they don't want to get back up no more. Fact. You get knocked down in the 4th round, you got 12 rounds to go, and that person doesn't want to get back up no more.
Hey man, when people like that, they lost hope. You know, they lost the vision, huh? You know, they lost the vision, which the scriptures tell you. You know, in the book of Proverbs, I believe 13 and 12, hope deferred, you know, maketh the heart sick, but when the reward come, is as a tree of life. Like at the end of the day, look, we go through our different hell, right? And that shit, it sucks, bro.
Yeah.
And keep it real. We go through different things. The shit sucks. We take it cheerfully though. We don't let this shit like bring us down to a point like, oh my God, you down all day, you just drinking all day, you done finished 3 bottles of whiskey and it's only Tuesday. Okay? We go through shit. And trust me, the shit sucks.
Yeah.
Okay? It does suck, but we keep trucking, bro. We keep trucking. We just keep going. We don't just let that shit just destroy us, man. All right, we don't, and that's the Lord, man. The Lord blessed us to be resilient, man. To have that thick skin, man.
That's right.
You know.
Comfortability brings complacency.
Facts.
And the Lord doesn't want us to be comfortable. That's why the Lord be throwing all sorts of curveballs. If you watch baseball, curveballs, sinker, fastballs. That's why the Lord throws all these types of things at us. Why? Because He's building our resilience up. Once again, resilience means being able to adapt to life's misfortunes and setbacks. This is a beautiful thing that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing for us, man. He's giving us a resilient mindset. When you read Sirach chapter 2, I'm going to read verse 4 and 5. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So whatsoever comes upon your way, you have a resilient mindset, take it cheerfully. And hey, I know it's easier said than done, but hey, take it cheerfully. Be patient when thou turn to the lower state, because you're not going to be in that lower state forever. The same Lord that brings that sorrow is the same Lord that's going to bring the joy.
That's right. Yep.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Why? For gold is tried in fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. The Lord puts us through these trials and tribulations, what? To perfect us. Right now, He's building up our resilience. He is building us up. So when those days come, when those hardships come, we're ready. That's what the Lord is doing. We're going through a spiritual boot camp right now. Because, hey, after the boot camp, what happens? All right, you're ready to go to war.
Yes.
You're ready to go to combat. You're ready to go toe-to-toe. Whether you believe it or not, everything that you went through in your entire life is to build you up for the times that we're coming into, man.
Yep.
Every situation, every moment is to build you up. The Lord is building up our resilience because, hey, once again, the scriptures say a time like never before, man. Shit's gonna get fucking crazy, man. It's gonna get crazy. You're gonna see people bugged out. You already see how people are when they can't get their food in the drive-thru. Now imagine there's no drive-thru with no food. There's nobody working in the drive-thru. Shit is about to get crazy. But hey, the water hey, the Lord is building our resilience up. So when the left curveball comes or the right curveball or the sinker comes, hey, we're ready. We're gonna know how to move. We're gonna know how to adapt.
That's right. That's right, brother. Maya?
That's all I want. You can get the Proverbs.
Come. Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief.
That's right. And the reason why I brought this out, because once again, resilience is the ability to adapt, cope with, and recover from stress, adversity, or trauma, effectively bouncing back from difficult experiences while maintaining a well-being. Hey, sometimes you're going to fall, man. The greatest fighters got knocked down.
Right.
The greatest basketball players got crossed up. It happens. But it doesn't matter about how many times you got crossed up. It doesn't matter about how many times you fell. Something I love to say to the spirit of power, it doesn't matter about how many times you fell. It matters about how many times you got up and you kept going. That is a resilience mindset. That is a perfect example of a resilience mindset. Yeah, you messed up. You fell short. You had your shortcoming, but you got up, you adjusted, and you kept going. That's you effectively bouncing back to the spirit of power, Yahweh Shai. This lesson is just so spiritual because doing it now, I'm actually being able to sit down and just understand more what the Lord is doing for us, man, and what the Lord is doing to us and why He's doing it to us. The Lord wants us to be prepared, man. He wants us to be ready. The Lord wants us to win.
Yeah.
He wants us to win.
That's right.
And whether you want to win or not, if you're delayed, He's going to make you win. He's going to make you go through the stuff that you need to go through to be successful. He's going to give you the tools that you need to survive. Yep. That's what the Lord is doing. And it's a beautiful thing. Like I'm just sitting back here and I'm thinking about it as I'm speaking. I'm like, damn, this is a beautiful thing that the Lord is doing. The Lord is literally giving us a championship mentality. The Lord is literally molding us to have a championship mentality, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you want it or not. This is what the Lord is doing right now. He's building us to be winners. He is building us to be winners. The scripture says the victory is already written once again. So if the victory is already written, that means the winner's already written. It's already destined to who's going to win, man. Championship mentality, man. This is a beautiful thing, man. This is a beautiful thing. The Lord is giving us a championship mentality, man. And once again, resilience is the ability to adapt, to cope with, and recover from stress, adversity, or trauma, effectively bouncing back from difficult experiences while maintaining a well-being. So you're going through the hell and you're catching the hell, and you have a clear mindset. You got a clear understanding. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing that the Lord has blessed us with. It says it's not about avoiding suffering, but rather about developing the mental and emotional and behavior flexibility to face challenges, learn from them, and emerge even stronger. So the Lord has us go through certain things so we can learn from them. So when that situation happens again, hey, we ready for it. You're even stronger. Yeah, this happened to you a while back. You're stressing, oh my gosh, how my bills gonna get paid? This, that, and the third. Lord will make you lose your job and he'll pay your bills for a year. Now what you got to say when you late on your bill? All you can say is, hey, I ain't going to worry about it. The Lord going to bless. That's what the Lord is doing for us, man. That is what he's doing for us, man. And it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. So you understanding that, and you knowing that, and you having a resilience mindset, it should lead you to what? Because when we read over here, it says resilience builds skills to endure hardship. We're going through hardship. Once again, through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom. But guess what? 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, it says, Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua and Mashiach. We gotta endure it, man. This is part of having a resilience mindset. You have to endure it. This is part of having a championship mentality. You have to endure it. Hey, Kodak Black is bugged out, but he says some real shit. Not every day is going to be hooray ice cream. Not every day you're going to be coasting. You're going to be going through it. But hey, guess what? You got to endure it. Michael Jordan was sick. They quote unquote says this is his best game. The flu game. He was sick. And what he do? He endured that sickness and he still went to go play basketball, man. Just like us, man. Hey, whether we're sick, whether we hurt, hey, what do we do? Had that resilience mindset, hey, that championship mentality, man, I still got to do the work, man. I still got to feed the sheep. The Lord said, if you love me, feed my sheep. I still got to do it. Championship mentality, man.
Sorry.
Even when the player gets injured, he still know the handbook. He still know the plays that the coach is going to run. Come on, man. Let's go. The Lord is giving us a championship mentality, man. This is not something that everybody gets. This is not something that the Lord gives to just anybody. No regular Joe Schmo. Once again, you got this truth, you got this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding. Hey, the Lord is molding you for a championship mentality. I don't know, you part of the elect. And the only, you having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the only way from where you at right now is up. That's the only way. The only way is up. Unless you trick yourself out your spot, man. Unless you lose that championship mentality. You got to have that drive, man. All the great athletes had that drive. They wanted it. They wanted that championship. That's how we want the victory. So by us wanting the victory, what do? We study. We go over our scriptures. We put up these lessons, these videos. We read. Because these are the things and attributes that the elect will have. We put them as the elect. Because it's already written, the elect, not to pluck the elect out of the Lord's hand. The elect is going to get the victory. It's written for them to win. So what are we doing? We're doing the things Alan Tazal, we part of the elect, and we get that victory, man. That's a championship mentality. Putting on as the elect, that's a championship mentality. That's the keys to success. That's the keys to winning, man. You want to win? This is what you need to do, man. And the last subheading I got, which is a growth mindset. It says a growth mindset is powerful because it fortifies your resilience, a passion for learning, and improved coping strategies, which leads to greater achievement and well-being in both academic and professional settings. It says by viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than signs of inadequacy, people with a growth mindset are more likely to take risks, persist through setbacks, and adopt effective strategies to improve their skills and intelligence. This contrasts with a fixed mindset where individuals believe the abilities and static may disengage from challenges, limiting their potential. Basically, a growth mindset. You having a growth mindset, that is a winner's mentality. You being able to, when you go through something, you being able to assess the situation and understand that, hey, this is for my betterment. The things that we're going through is for our good. That's a growth mindset. Not a lot of people have that mindset. A lot of people, oh my gosh, why is it always me? Why am I always going through it, man? You having a growth mindset, hey, the Lord is trying to strengthen me in this gray area. The Lord's trying to make me better in this area. You don't look at the hell as, oh my gosh, I'm always catching hell. You look at it as an opportunity to show the Lord that you got faith in him. You look at it as an opportunity to show the Lord that you trust him, and you look at it as an opportunity to show the Lord that you understand what he's doing. You may not understand completely, but you understand that he's trying to advance you in an area, or he's trying to level you up in a certain area, man. That is a growth mindset. That is a powerful mindset, man. You having a growth mindset, that championship mentality. That is a championship mentality. You see a player, they get benched. What that player gonna do? Man, I'm gonna train my ass off, so I don't gotta be on the bench no more. That is a growth mentality. Instead of you looking at, damn, why the fuck am I on the bench? Damn, I want to be a starter. Why am I on the bench? Now what you gonna do? You're going to put that championship mentality on, and what you going to do? You're going to go get it. Oh, everybody's sleeping, you're going to be in the gym shooting free throws. While everybody's out partying, you at home, you studying the playbook. Yeah, the coach going to call this, pick and roll at the top of the key, and after that, get to the free throw line, shoot the two. You studying. That's a growth mindset. We often look at things and we get to, what's the word I'm looking for? We move in haste sometimes, man. Sometimes we get upset and we don't let the Lord really work what he's trying to work, man. That's something I do sometimes, And I speak to myself first and foremost when I say that. Sometimes I get frustrated, or sometimes, I'm like, Lord, I don't understand. But it's not meant for me to understand. Let the Lord cook. Let the Lord do what he's going to do, man. Let him do what he has to do. Once again, and I want to read this one too. It said a growth mindset is the belief that intelligence, talents, and abilities. Well, let me read the one on my phone. That's way better. I wish I could find it on the internet. But it says a growth mindset. It says Dweck 2015 growth mindset. And a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. That's right. You desire something, right? What are you going to do? You're going to be determined to get it. You're determined to get something, what you're going to do? You're going to become dedicated. The 3 Ds: desire, determination, dedication. Once again, the Lord is blessing us with something beautiful right now. The Lord is giving us something beautiful right now. And he's giving us the opportunity to strengthen our championship mentality, man. Everything that we're going through, the trials and tribulations, the shortcomings, all these things is for what? For us to become victorious, for us to come out on top. For us to shine. These people are going to see our shine, man. Hey, they don't see it now, but hey, they're going to see it soon. They gonna see it. Hey, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. This is he. It's him. They gonna see it. A lot of people, they don't see it now. They don't understand the championship mentality, but the Lord don't want to understand. But hey, our time is coming, man. The Lord is blessing us with a championship mentality. Hey, brothers, hey, it's gonna get difficult, it's gonna get hard, but don't get discouraged. You know, championship mentality, which once again I read it off my phone since we closed the tab. Championship mentality. It says, so what's the secret sauce of a championship mindset? It boils down to the combination of relentless pursuit. You know, no matter what comes away, you want it. You got to go get it. You know, resilience. Hey, these setbacks can happen, but I'm gonna get up and keep going. Focus. You focus on what you need to do. Hey, my focus is what? Receiving that victory, receiving that crown. It says mental toughness and growth mindset, which I didn't go into mental toughness, but it goes hand in hand with resilience because the Lord is building up your mental toughness and a growth mindset. These elements work together to create an unstoppable force that drives champions towards their goals. So these things that the Lord has given us is what? These elements work together to create an unstoppable force that drives champions towards their goals, regardless of the obstacles that they face. So the Lord is prepping us for this championship mentality. And hey, get ready for that mentality to shine. You know? That's pretty much it. That's all I have.
I gotta appreciate it.
God.
This is the book of Proverbs 13 and 12. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. So like I was saying earlier, you know, and the brother Worldwide made a lot of good points. But what I was saying earlier, man, hey, we go through what we go through, man. All right, we go through a different hell, and it just sucks. And we be like, man, when is the kingdom coming? When is the kingdom coming? Well, it's coming soon. But you have to suffer patiently that the scriptures tell us to do. All right? Suffer patiently. The kingdom's coming. And we're seeing the prophecies take place, showing you the kingdom's coming. But before the Lord brings the kingdom, he has to bring us to a certain level.
That's right.
That's why, to be honest, you know, we often say when we first came to this truth, can't wait for this place to be destroyed. Well, we better thank the Lord that the Lord didn't destroy Babylon yet. Because you had time to get yourself together, which we still are getting ourselves together. There's a reason why the Lord ain't bring the kingdom yet. Of course, you know, it's on the Lord's own timing, but the Lord is preparing us so he can give us the kingdom.
That's right.
All right, the Lord's preparing us. The reason all hell didn't break loose yet is because the Lord preparing us so when it do break loose, we are prepared, man.
That's right.
Okay, so yes, you know, we're going to feel down. Sometimes you go back, damn, man, I want the kingdom. Damn, why can't the kingdom come already? It's coming. It's right there. And when it comes, you're going to be happy. But before it comes, the Lord has got to bring us through the ringer, man. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. We got to go through the hell. All right? But having that championship mentality, knowing that you got to go through it to get through it, knowing that you got to go through it to get to it, you're going to endure. Right. You're going to trust in the Lord. You're going to understand that I can't lose. It's too much shit. Not shit, but it's too much stuff on the fucking line, man. We fighting for people. There's some brothers that got fucking families they got to fight for. All right? We fighting for ourselves first and foremost, you know, make you, you know, give diligence, make your calling and election sure. All right? But we fighting for people. Some brothers got parents. All right? To be honest, we fighting for the whole fucking nation. Right. You know? Ain't nothing else to fucking do. You know, we don't... the Hebrews 11, he that started this good work in us, he shall finish it. And Lord willing, you know, the Lord started this good work in us. Lord willing, it's to the end. You know, I don't want to run this up. So come. Anything else you want to say, brother?
No, that's it.
Come. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to end up by getting off praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Achakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone and citation to sincere brothers pushing his truth and all true sincerity throughout the four corners of earth diligently. And also shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all.
Shalom.
Shalom. Let's go, champs.